Yes, Imane Khelif off of Algeria has won the gold medal in the women's welterweight boxing at the Olympics, defeating China's Yang Lui. The pair have been spotted in the spotlight of this Paris Games amid a gender dispute that has dominated headlines. OK, I'm going to talk about this with my panel a little bit now. So, Alex, I'll start with you on this. Right? Am I right in saying that these two people are both, according to the Olympics, men, and that fighting each other in the women's boxing final?
Well, according to the Olympics, no, they're women. But,
right.
But institutions like the International Boxing Association, I think that's right, not the other way around, International Boxing Association, have disqualified some of these boxers, particularly Imane Khelif, who is a man, biologically seen to be a man. They have a gender test, and this boxer was disqualified for good reason, because men shouldn't be fighting women in the boxing ring. This is just common sense. The Olympics obviously are being extra woke and don't want to discriminate or upset people, so therefore they've let them box each other. It is mad in 2024 that two men are fighting each other.
Well, actually, I'm not sure. I think that only one of them is. I think it's this Imane Khelif who's the one who's got the gender issue. I think there's,
who is the
I think there's another boxer in a different weight class. I think there's another boxer in a different weight class. But the point does still stand, whether or not this should really be allowed. I mean, go on. I mean, I was going to ask the woman, actually. Going to ask the woman.
How dare you assume John's gender?
But I'll come to you in a second, John. But how do you feel about this? I mean, is this not a bloke beating up women?
No, it's not, because this particular person, I think it's very convenient now to basically be saying that this person is a bloke just because the other organisation says that she is. This person has...
for good reason.
No, this person has actually been in the Olympics before, and when she was losing, nobody had a problem. And there's been actual, criticism of this other organisation about how corrupt they are. It was very ironic, and there's been some claims of alleged kind of corruption about Russia being involved, because what happened was that she beat somebody who was Russian. They got really annoyed and were like, oh, by the way, we're going to do this gender test, and now apparently you're a man. So there's all of these different conversations. There's different tests being made, and I just think it's completely unfair when we haven't got to a final result. At the end of the day, it's their standard, it's the international...
They say that he's got XY chromosomes.
Alleged, though, by another organisation.
Do you just not believe that? But this is what I don't quite understand. So, I mean, there are numerous different things that I think would allude to the fact that Imane Khelif is a man, right? I think that there is a physical appearance. I kind of think that is...
I agree, it's very important.
That's what I would normally go off in day-to-day life, right? And I think that there is that there. And there's also the fact that at least someone who, for no personal gain to themselves, has done some tests and said that they've got XY chromosomes. So why are we disbelieving this?
Yeah, I mean, I think the only sort of extra problem is that in Algeria, it's illegal to either be gay or be trans.
Yes. Okay.
So his actual sort of domestic situation is weird anyway. Yes. Certainly his physique is strange. Her, if you like. Her, him, her, I don't mind. Yeah. This poor bloke, really. Poor... Anyway, the point about this is that the key point is, if we were told what the gender test was, the IOC said, I hope we won't go back to old-fashioned sex tests.
But women want it.
I think a few old-fashioned sex tests might be a good idea.
Well, ask the women Olympians. They demanded it happen. They actually want these tests to happen.
I suppose there is that situation. So I am keen to get where you're at on this, because female athletes have spoken out against this. So I mean, where are we here now? Is it just seem to be more progressive to allow this to happen than not? Is that where we are?
No, I just think that I actually think it's a bit of an excuse for some of the female, and I'll say that as a woman, because especially with the Italian that she was originally against, crying after. And I'm not saying that the punch wasn't hard and it was awful to watch, but I did say last week on this show that, if it was two men and it was a knockout, in less than a minute, you'd be saying, wow, what an amazing boxer. And like I said, it's not like this person throughout her whole career has just been knocking women out flat within the first minute. She's been losing for a lot of the time, and she just got better now. She's been beating her opponents, like the Russian, in the other organisation, in the other competition, and now it's a problem because she's got too strong.
Why can't we just solve this? This is very simple. Solve it with a test. do a test, then this all goes away. Why are we so adverse to trying to find the truth?
She has done a test. She has done a test with the International Olympic Committee.
The only test which was agreed on was they looked at her passport and felt, hold on a moment, she says she's a woman, that's it.
That's it. That's not a test.
Well, that's not a test. No, I mean, they got themselves into a position where they thought it was going to be easier just say OK, because other people are going to complain about it. There's going to be controversy. Let's go ahead with this. And they were wrong.
Well, look, I just hope this. I just hope we don't see like more and more and more of this across every single discipline. There are people coming out and saying, look, it's a matter of time before a female boxer gets killed. I do, however, agree, Joanna, that I must say, when I saw that Italian woman, you know, stepping aside, my initial thought was, all right, that's, you know, horrendous. I wouldn't like to have, you know, I wouldn't like to have fought a man if I was a woman. And then I did think, I wondered, like, was that really the right thing? You know, you've trained for 3 years, you've got a team behind you, you've got a country there, but, you know, then I suppose who am I to say that woman should have just continued taking a beating? I mean, it's a bit of a tricky situation. But